Tonight on Game Night, Lincoln, Nikki and myself, Russ, will be playing Kokopelli, a 2 to 4 player game designed by Stefan Feld and published by Queen Games. It's all about opening ceremonies, and let the ceremonies begin.
Hey Russ.
Hey Lincoln.
Will you teach us Kokopelli?
Yes, I certainly shall.
Okay.
So, interestingly, this doesn't have necessarily a theme. It does have a theme, but it's also not got like a story to tell. But ultimately, I think this was inspired by Stefan Feld traveling around the southwestern United States. And so you've got these kind of petroglyphs, which you'll see on some of these tokens and these cards. And it's a game about opening ceremonies, starting ceremonies, and trying to close them to score points. The goal is to get the most points at the end of the game, just like a lot of Stefan Feld's games. During a game round, which will be like the first player, and then each of us gets to take sort of a number of actions, which is one for the first and the second player in the first and the second turns of the game, but afterwards it'll be 2 actions per round. We're going to be doing one of 5 different things each action, and I'll explain what those are. But ultimately, we're going to be using these deck of cards. So we have a deck of cards each, which is one of the ways that the game end can be triggered is when a player runs out of cards.
Oh.
So the cards, as you can see here, they contain a different symbol on them and a different action. And there are these Kokopelli cards, which is, hey, that's the name of the game, which are wild. And that'll make sense when I explain sort of how the game works. So yeah, as I said, each turn you will take 2 actions apart from the first and the second player's first turns. Then you will do one of these 5 things. So before I begin to explain that, I want to explain first about these ceremony and our player boards. So they've angled differently because in this game, your neighbours matter. We have 4 spaces to open and sort of perform these ceremonies, which is what these 4 spots are. So we'll be playing cards into these ceremonies here. But your play area and your sort of like your player board are distinctly different. So your player board is these 4 ceremonies, but your play area includes the 2 spaces on each neighbour's board. So I would have access to these 2 and these 2 when it comes to the play area that I have, just as you would have from here all the way over to there when it comes to your play area. And that's important because some of the things you can do refer to a play area. So the first thing that you can do on your turn, one of the 5 actions you can do on your turn, and you can do the same action twice. You can also choose to do different actions, is to draw a card. Very simple. You draw a card from here, and you'll add it to your hand. Now, there is a hand limit in this game, which is 5 cards, but that only comes into play, I believe, at the end of your turn. So you could technically draw from 5 cards up to 7, but then you would have to discard down to 5 at the end of your turn. So that's very simple. The second thing you can do is you can open a ceremony. Okay, so that is where you play a card into an empty space on your player board. So this is called opening a ceremony. The reason why you'd want to do this is because these ceremonies will provide you bonus actions or like passive abilities, things that can improve the way that you play your game. So each of them is dependent on the card itself. So the game actually comes with more cards, but we've chosen the 10 sort of like basic cards in the game. But basic is a misleading word because they're good. They're good cards. They're just the ones that they suggest for your first playthrough. So these cards, there's 10 of them, but as I said, there's also wild in there as well. And there's 3 of each of these shuffled into each of our decks, plus 6 of the wild Kokopelli cards. So I'm going to explain what they all do a bit differently, but just in terms of playing them in here, that is what you play them on an empty space on your player board. We'll talk about the abilities later, I feel like. That'll make sense when I've explained the rest of the game. So the other thing that you can do in a game is extend a ceremony. Now this is where you'll play a matching card to an already open ceremony, but this can be done in a play area. So if, for example, you had this card here, and I wanted to extend the ceremony, I can do that in one of 2 ways. I can either do it by adding a same card on top of a ceremony, so that would be called extending it, or I could do it by playing the Kokopelli card, which is the wild card. That's allowed as well.
Okay.
So you can only extend a ceremony to be a maximum of 4 cards. After you've played the 4th card in a ceremony, it closes the ceremony, and you will now score. So if you were to complete a ceremony, you would take the topmost token from here, which in this case is 4 points, and then and the second player to complete a ceremony in that same of that same type would also take the 3-point bonus and score those as points at the end of the game. Now, the moment a 3 token is taken from one of these ceremony places over here, it is replaced with one of these game end tokens, which is kind of left on there for the rest of the game. The reason being is because you can still score a point for completing that ceremony after the 3 token is removed from the game, but the moment the 9th token is on here, that's going to be in the final round of the game.
So you just take one of these if you complete the ceremony?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's by playing the 4th card on a ceremony. However, if I had decided to complete Nikki's ceremony, I would still get the bonus, 4 points, but Nikki, for having, I guess, hosted the ceremony, would still score a bonus point.
Oh, okay.
So you get a point if somebody else completes a ceremony in your zone. So that's kind of why the play area is important, because the reason why I'd want to maybe help you, not only for points, is because this is giving you a bonus while it's in there, and I may wish to say, I don't like Nikki having that bonus, I want to end that ceremony. One of the other things you can do as an action is called an exchange. Now, this involves taking all of the cards in your hand, which obviously would be up to 5, or could be more if you drew. Anyway, it takes all of the cards in your hand. You place those on the bottom of your draw pile, and then you would draw an equal number of cards from the top. Now, you might be thinking, why would that be important? That is a reason, because at the end of the game, there is a number of bonus points to be had for having the fewest cards in your draw pile.
Okay.
So an exchange isn't helping you to do that.
Right.
So discarding is better generally,
All right.
but that is an option in case you don't have any good cards in your hand. The 5th and final thing you can do as an action on your turn is called cancelling a ceremony. Now, if I had a ceremony in any of my open ceremonies, but let's say perhaps I don't have any cards to extend it, or maybe I just don't really appreciate that action anymore, I can just cancel it. Now this, when you take cards from here, they will go in your discard pile, which we can just put underneath the draw pile there. And that is going to be helpful towards getting those bonus points at the end of the game. Any point during your turn, if you have 0 cards in your hand, there is a bonus for that of 1 point. You also get to draw cards from your deck. So I think it's 3 cards from your deck, and you'll also take a bonus point. So you're kind of incentivized to kind of cycle through your cards and play efficiently, because if you do get rid of those cards in your hand, you get cards and you get a point, which is great. So yeah, that's just something to be aware of during the game. And yeah, so we've talked about all of the actions that you can do on your turn, and we've talked about the gameplay. So I've talked about one of the ways the game can end, which is when you run out of cards in your draw pile, and that triggers the final turn of the game. If any of these are removed, if the last one of these is removed from the game, from this area, and placed onto here, that's another way the game end can trigger as well. So at the end of the game, you are going to take any cards in your hand, you're going to add them to your draw pile. And I did mention
Draw or discard?
Sorry, discard pile.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, discard pile. So then the bonus points will be awarded, which is you're going to count up the cards in your draw pile. The player with the fewest cards will get 5 bonus points, and the player with the second fewest cards will get 3 bonus points.
Is 0 fewest?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. 0 is the best result. Another thing to be aware of when you end the game, another way to score points, is any open ceremonies in your player board will also score you 1 point at the end of the game as well.
Okay.
So we've talked about the game, but you might be wondering what's the deal with all these ceremonies? Well, I'm going to go and explain these now. So there's 10 that we're playing within the game, and I'm just going to run through them using the close-up cam over here. So this one is if your hand is empty during the game, instead of drawing 3 cards and earning 1 victory point, instead you'll draw 5 cards and then 3 victory points. And this is active when it's an open ceremony on your player board, and that's the same for all of these cards.
Okay.
So the next one, you may play cards on all 4 of your neighbour's ceremonies. So this is extending. This is extending ceremonies mainly. So yeah, this means that in a 3-player game, you have access to everybody's ceremonies for the terms of playing cards.
What if you don't have, like you only have 1 here and Lincoln's has 2? Can I still play that card? I just don't do all 4?
No, so this is just allowing you the ability to play cards.
Extend the ceremony.
So
Okay.
instead of just having options to extend this one, this one, this one, and this one, this is saying you can extend this one if you wanted as well. So
okay.
you can play cards on all 4 of your neighbour ceremonies instead of just the 2.
Ah.
That's what that is. This turtle over here, this one, when you complete a ceremony, regardless of whether it's in yours or a neighbour's ceremony, will score you 1 victory point. So that's something to remember because you might forget that you have that. So I usually say when you do anything of significance in this game, always just do a check of all of your cards because some of them I've forgotten in the past. This one is when one of your ceremonies is completed, you are awarded 1 victory point. So in the similar way, like when somebody completes your ceremony, regardless, it's not when you complete it. It's when any of your ceremonies is completed, you will score 1 victory point.
So you would get the 1 point for starting the celebration and an additional victory point for having that ceremony going. So if somebody else closed out my ceremony and I only got 1 point, I would get an additional point regardless. Plus, I'd also gain an additional point if I close the ceremony.
Yeah, if you close the ceremony, you're going to score this and a bonus point for this. But then if somebody else completes your ceremony, then you will get a point for it as well as the
point that you get for somebody else closing out your ceremony. So you get 2 points for closing out ceremony.
So yes, that would be an extra point for completing that. So that is, that is better than it sounds because you get an extra point.
Right.
This card here. So when you do the draw card action, usually you can only take 1 card. But if you've got this ceremony active, it allows you to take an extra card as well. So it helps you get through your deck. This one, so we talked about the Kokopelli card being a wild. Mm-hmm. This one says, each time one of those cards is played on your ceremonies, you are awarded 1 victory point. So that's going to encourage...
You playing it or others playing it.
That's correct.
So it discourages people from playing those on your ceremony, potentially.
That helps you if you play them. Yeah. This one, and another one that's related to the Kokopelli cards, is this one. And this one says that when you play your Kokopelli cards, they count as 2 the moment you play them. Now, this is important because, as I said, when you complete a ceremony, it's when it's the 4th card that's played.
Right.
So in the instance of, let's say that I played these 2 cards on a ceremony, and then I had this one active.
Right.
If I played a Kokopelli card now,
that one's closed.
But
it only counts when you actually place it.
Exactly. If I
was there in advance,
and this is gone,
and then this came out or something.
Well, even if this was out and I played it, it doesn't
it's not
close
enough
the ceremony.
to take it to 4.
And because this one, it only counts the moment you play it. Now it's 3.
Yeah.
So it's very situational when you play that it's useful.
Interesting.
Yeah. And as I said, it's only when it's played on your Kokopelli cards. It's only your Kokopelli cards, so it does affect other players' ceremonies, but they have to be your cards that played.
Right.
Okay, so there's just a couple more. We've got this one. Now, usually when you do the play card action, you can only play 1 card, but this this action lets you play 2 cards to 2 different ceremonies. So it helps you play cards, but they have to be different. You can't double up on the same one. This one is when you play a card to another player's ceremony, you are awarded 1 victory point. So that's one that will encourage you to play to others. And you can probably already start to see some of the combos that you could form. This is the last one, I believe, that we're playing with. This one says that your ceremonies, and it says your ceremonies, are completed with only 3 cards instead of 4.
Oh, nice.
So it allows you to finish ceremonies quickly. So that's all the different cards. Is there any questions about
I think we got it.
Yeah.
I think as I play them, I'll probably
Yeah.
need, like, what does this do again?
That's totally fine. Obviously, if you've got any questions, I will happily remind you. We shuffle the cards. I haven't shuffled mine, so I'll quickly shuffle those.
Okay.
And we draw a hand of 5 cards to start with.
All right.
And then I think we're ready to begin. We just need to choose a random start player.
It's already there. You can go.
Yeah, all right. That's the way it goes. Cool. So this does mean like number of rounds is going to be equal. So when we do the final round. So I'll just leave this here for the rest of the game, but make sure we all have the same number of rounds. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my draw pile ready. Oh, there is one more thing. I might not have said this, but when you playing a ceremony into your player board, and this is where the distinction between a player board and the player area comes into play. Excuse the pun. And that is when you cannot play a ceremony of a type if it already exists in your play area.
Okay.
So as an example, let's say that Nikki had a turtle card here, and I wanted to play a turtle card. I could not. But Lincoln could, because this is not part of Lincoln's play area. His is here.
Okay.
Yikes.
So just to be, and that's just very important. I should probably point that out. Well, I'm definitely going to start with this one. So I'm going to play this one. Who do I think is, well, we only play one action for the first and the second turn. So myself and Nikki would only get one action. Then from the rest of the game, it'll be 2 actions per person. So my first and only action is going to play this. Actually, I'm going to play this because I think Lincoln has got a better chance of emptying his hand. So I'm going to prevent Lincoln from playing.
Oh, because I get 2.
Because you get 2 actions, yeah. Only slightly, but... And that's my turn done.
Okay. I am going to play this turtle. When you complete a ceremony, you are awarded 1 victory point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm going to play the orange ceremony here, which is play card action. You get to play 2 cards to 2 different, play 2 cards to different ceremonies. So that would be additional ceremonies that I have. I don't have too much.
And that activates immediately.
Okay.
So you can now play another card as part of the same action because the ceremony's immediately
Well, then I'll do
activated.
this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I still have another card.
What does
another
that
action
one
then.
do? What does that one do?
So the Kokopelli cards, the wild ones.
Yeah, they count as 2.
Ah.
And then I'm going to play this over here,
Oh.
and I get 1 more action, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because of the
But I can't play there, so I'm done. I'm done.
You could play a different card in a different ceremony because that is a play card action. And as long as you play 2 different ones, you could play 2 cards for the same action.
Right, but I would be putting them over here, which isn't necessarily helpful.
Or
at this
over
point
here.
in time.
No,
Right, she doesn't have anything open yet,
Yeah,
so I
true.
can't do that. So I think I'm done.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm really disappointed that I didn't. Well, actually, no. No, this is good. I think I have. Okay. I'll play this. I'll play this card. I think this one's going to be quite good for me. So each time a Kokopelli is played on your ceremonies, I get a victory point.
Nice.
Which is very nice. And I will probably play... See, I have that card, but I can't play it because it's in my play area. So instead, I'll just draw a card, I think. All right.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Okay. I'm like, oh, if I play it on this side, it's safe, but it's not because this is...
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go with this one instead, which is ceremonies are completed with 3 cards instead of 4. That's number 1. And then I can't play either one of those if I'm understanding the rule correctly, so I will play another one of the green. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, well, that one's done.
Because that completes that ceremony, and you've got rid of my super cool ability.
That's right.
No.
And
But every time a Kokopelli is played on my ceremonies, I'm awarded a
Yep.
victory point, so I'll take that. Plus, I also get a point for having my ceremony completed outside of my turn. So I still did all right out of that.
Sure
2
did.
points instead of 4.
And then this one's going to be done.
Oh, boy.
So I'll take that.
And you get a point for having a ceremony completed.
Sure.
And I'm out of cards.
Okay.
So I draw 3.
So you get a point.
Another point.
Nuts.
And
Look at Lincoln go.
Wow, this is a game full of combos. So I will play... Oh, I can't play that.
Yeah.
Now, did I do that right? I only played 2 cards.
Oh, so you've still got another action?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you play 2 cards, that's 1 action. Yeah, you completed 2 different ceremonies. Still counts as 1 action.
So I can play 2 more cards.
If you want, yeah.
Yeah.
That orange card is so strong.
It's really strong. It's but I think...
He is literally strong. Have you seen that guy?
I know. Look at that 6-pack.
Well, I will play this card where I can draw an extra card when I draw a card. And I'll play this one.
All right. Wow. That's great.
This one is when you play a card to another player's ceremony, you get awarded 1 victory point. So
okay.
That would have been great earlier on.
Sure, I didn't have it till after I played those cards. Would have been wonderful.
So this is I have a good combo, but I cannot use them. Oh, so frustrating. So I just like, do I want to exchange my cards?
I know.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to just exchange. Oh no, I could just draw a card. I'm going to draw a card and hope that it's a good one.
Okay.
Oh, I'm happy with this. Yeah, I'll play this.
And why did you draw a card? Why were you able to just draw a card?
Just an action, yeah, just an action. So I just drew that, set that up again. So if I do empty my hand, I can actually get points out of it again. There we go.
Okay. Boy, what do I want to do? Decisions. It's, nuts. I am going to put these 2 underneath and draw 2.
Hope the luck of the draw is on your side.
Oh boy. I am safe to play this one, correct?
Yes, because that's in a separate play area.
All right. When you play to another player's ceremony, you are awarded 1 victory point. And I drew, and then I did that, so that's my 2.
Correct.
Okay, well, I'm going to draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
Yipes. Okay. And I will play here, and I am done.
You could play another card if you wanted.
Yeah, I don't have another card I can play.
All right.
I would love to play these cards, but...
All right, so I will... I think I have to like draw a card again. I'm going to draw a card. All right. You know what? I'm going to play this one on here because I will get a point for it.
Sure.
Yep.
So a point for Russell over here.
Okay, so I'm going to play another turtle. Then I draw...
Empty hand, yeah. So
and here's a point.
1, 2, a 3, and the point, and then I get to play something. So I will play this guy, which is when one of your ceremonies is completed, you are awarded 1 victory point.
do you get to play? Oh yeah, because that was a free thing. Yes, that's your second action.
Yeah, that was free drawing.
First action, free thing, and then second action.
Okay.
On one of your okay, cool. So it gives you, that's quite nice actually, that card. The fact that it gives you extra points for when your ceremonies are completed. It negates the completing it yourself. I wish I could have played that.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to draw again, so I'll do 2. Okay, well, I will play this. I can play to 2 different ceremonies. And I'll play this.
Ooh.
Oh.
Tempting fate over there.
I don't really have a lot of choice.
Well, I can't play any of these.
You can.
I can't, like, based on the cards that I have.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You don't want to get a point for maybe, I don't know.
If I had a Kokopelli card, yes.
Yeah,
but
okay.
Maybe I don't want to do that right now.
No, right.
I don't want to tempt
what I
fate.
want is you to get that out of there.
So you stop playing Kokopelli cards in mine. I'm going to draw a card again. At some point I'm thinking, I just need to get hold of cards. So do I want to exchange? But I kind of want to keep hold of these because they're situationally very good. So I'll draw this.
Okay.
Oh man, this is so tempting. I think I'll play this over there, which is a risk, but I'm willing to do it. I'm going to play that over there. And that's my turn done.
Okay. Well, here, have that.
Thank you very much.
I guess. And then I can play this one, right?
Yes, that's correct, yeah.
Okay. So, end immediately.
You also get a victory point for playing over in his ceremony.
That's right.
Wait, when...
Your pink
Because of
card.
your...
The pink card.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I am out of hands, and I
That's right, yeah, that's great. So you get 3 victory points.
And 5 cards,
3 victory points and 5 cards. Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
That's very good. Yes, finally I have a card I can play.
And that's it.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to draw cards. And then I guess I'm going to just wipe this one out.
Yeah.
And take that away.
All my hard work. Extending that ceremony. I need to be finished early.
Well, that's all I really can do.
Well, this is interesting. I'm going to point this out because this is a weird exception. Now, I have this card in my hand. I'm going to play this, so I'm not revealing this just to show you. But this one, it says your ceremonies are completed with only 3 cards. If I was to play that, this would not be complete because it's already 3 card ceremonies already existing at that point don't count.
Oh.
So I'm not going to play that yet. Instead, I am going to play the 4th card for this ceremony over here, therefore completing it. And does anyone score anything for that? No, I don't think so, right? I don't think so. Nope.
No.
So that one's gone. I will score this, which is great because I needed some points. Oops, flying all over the place. And now I'm going to play this card, which I said I'd complete. So I will do this over here. So there we go. And that is my turn done.
All right. Finish that ceremony.
Okay.
So when you complete...
So first you get this one. Then this activates. Lincoln would get a point for his ceremony being completed.
Right.
Okay.
And when you play another card to another player's ceremony, you're also awarded a victory point. So wow, that's great. When one of your ceremonies is complete, that doesn't trigger.
That's not my ceremony, right? Okay. So that was one play, and then here's my second play, and that's my turn.
All right.
Okay. Well, I finally can play one of these. I got a fistful of them. And
so
I think I'll draw 2 cards.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is interesting now because if I play this, so my Kokopelli cards count as 2 only the moment you play them, but this, if I play this, ends that ceremony because of this.
Yep.
Right.
So this is like the combo nature of the game sort of coming into play now. So we've got these 2 cards. I've completed this, so I would take this, and I don't think anyone else scores anything for that.
Nope.
So that's done. And there was something else. Oh yeah, now my hand is empty.
Cards.
Yeah. So yeah, so I played those 2 separately, didn't I? So that's my 2 turns, but my hand is empty, so I draw 5 cards and I gain 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Nice fresh hand of cards.
I will draw a card. I will play a card, and I am done.
All right.
I'll play this one. And I will play this one.
Yeah.
Okay. And oh yeah, because you don't have that really strong action
No, it's
anymore.
been wiped out.
I think that I have to play this one because this is too tempting not to play that.
Sure.
But I think, yeah, I don't think this helps me in any way. So I will get rid of those.
Yeah.
My reward is 4 points, and Nikki's reward is 1 point just for it being completed by me. Do you get anything else?
Is that when one of your ceremonies?
Yep. And when one of your ceremonies which is completed.
Okay.
So that's that. So that's one action. And my second action will be to play this. And I can play this because it's not in the same play area. So I'll play this over here. It's when one of your ceremonies is completed, you're awarded a victory point. And I think that's my turn done.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm going to draw a card. Okay. Do I want to do that? I kind of do.
Uh-oh.
I get that.
Okay.
Well.
I could do that for you. There we go. All right. Ooh, that's in danger zone now.
Okay, that was it.
Okay.
Yeah, draw a card, play a card. Oh, when you play a card in another player's ceremony, man, I would need to try and get rid of that.
So I'm going to play that.
Sweet.
Then I play that. That takes that ceremony out. I get 3 for that. And I get a card for playing in another player's ceremony.
So that says your cards count as 2. So that triggers the end of this. Now my reward for that is a point because it's my ceremony that's completed. And when one of my ceremonies is completed, I gain another victory point.
Right.
There we go. So because we took the last chip from there, this is one of the ways the game end tokens come out. So now whenever someone completes that ceremony, they'll get 1 point.
Just 1 point.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so my turn is going to be to do this, which is to draw 1 card extra, because I can't play it on anything else, and I'm going to draw 2 cards. Why not make the most of that ability, especially now my extra super good bonus for emptying my hands is gone.
Yeah.
Oh, this card hasn't come up
before. I can't play that. Curse both of you.
This is me at the beginning of the game. It's like, I have all these cards in my hand and I can't do anything with them.
Well, I can't... I can't play... Okay, no, I can't play on you over there. You're too far over there with that ceremony. Stupid.
This is where the party's happening.
What are you trying to play? Oh, you can't play to that ceremony.
I can't...
You want to play
to
one
this
of
one,
these.
if that's what you're talking about.
Oh, I could draw again, though.
Yes, because only 5 is the hand limit, yeah. So as long as you've got 5. And remember, if you draw over 5, you can just discard down to 5.
Done.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to draw 2 cards.
I don't know.
And I will finish that one.
Okay.
Oh, no,
it doesn't finish
that's
that.
right.
It's yours that it finishes. So what am I going to finish over there on yours? I'll finish that one.
Oh my gosh.
So I'll take that.
So
and then I get another point for playing over there.
So I get a point. I get 2 points. 1 for this being completed and 1 for this. So this isn't doing too badly for me overall. It sucks, but it's not that bad. So my turn now. So I'm going to do this card,
boy.
which is that guy's back out again. And as part of the same action, because remember it triggers immediately, I'm going to play this. Now this one hasn't come out yet, but this says I'm going to play cards on all 4 of my neighbour ceremonies, meaning the whole neighbourhood is open up to me.
I don't like it.
And now I'm just thinking what else to do. I can't really do anything super amazing. So what I'll do is I'll just draw a card. Oh no, technically I could empty my hand, but it's only going to give me 1 point, so no, I'm not going to do that. Okay, I'm good.
I either draw or I do this. So you get that.
Okay.
And when a ceremony is complete. And you get that.
Okay.
That's it.
You get to point for each one of those
2 points.
Nice. At this point, I'm wondering if I should start
changing up.
Yeah.
I think we're okay over there.
I'm just going to do that just because. 3, 6, 10.
Okay.
Now you don't know what I've got.
No.
Draw.
There's some 10s in here.
2. And I just drew, so I will play here.
Okay.
And I'll take a point for that.
Yeah.
Oh, because you get that as well. All right. This is cool now because I'm going to do this. Bam.
Okay.
And I can do that because of that.
Lady.
Yeah. And that color was
brown.
This one. So this now is another game end trigger. You get a point for that. And that is my first action, and I could do another one. And I don't think you have many left of those, so I'm going to play... actually, those ones are super powerful, so I'm going to get rid of... Actually, I'm going to play it on Nikki.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play that one. And as my second action, I'm going to play that.
Okay.
Therefore, finishing that,
Sure.
I get this. you get 1 point.
And
when one of your ceremonies is completed, maybe I shouldn't have played it on there. I should have played it on you because you don't have all these crazy combos.
okay, so this goes away.
That goes away, but it does stop you from scoring those points.
It does.
Yeah, sorry.
That was a good income for a while.
It was. I had to end it. Oh, and I'm out of cards, so I get a point and 3 cards. All right. I'm choosing not to use the second of my card actions.
Okay. I will play this one.
Okay.
And I will add... Do I want to do that? I'll add to that.
All right.
Well, I'll play that. And I'll play that. That's finished.
And that one is that one, so another game end trigger. Nice. You don't get any extra bonus points or anything?
Is
Nope.
the pink one only for other people's?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I will... I think I'll just draw a card and hope that I get something good. I don't think this matters, though. Oh, actually, this could be good. But I can't use it now. I'm going to just draw another card, I think.
Okay. So I'm going to play that one.
That completes it. So that you get that.
And I get a...
I get 1.
You get a point.
And
when you completed... no, that's not your ceremonies, though, is it? Then you don't get anything? No?
I get 1 point because I'm out of...
Oh, yeah, this is another game end trigger.
I'm out of cards.
Yes, that's right. So you draw 3. No, 5. And
Yep,
get
3.
3 points.
3
Yeah.
points.
Oh my gosh.
And I draw 1, 2, 3,
5 cards. Yeah, that's a good card.
5. And
That's
I
a very good
have
card.
one more turn. Dang it. I would like to... Here, you can have that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's ruined my plans.
That's complete.
Yep, it's complete. So that one means that Nikki gets that 3 points.
Okay.
And I get a point for that, and then another point for that, so I get 2 points. And that's you done?
I'm done.
Yeah? Cool. That definitely changed my plans a little bit.
Okay.
That's good for you, though.
I hope.
'cause, yeah.
I hope it hurt a little bit.
Okay, well, I'll play that. It's
Okay.
a victory point. And I've got no cards in my hand,
Cool.
so I get another victory point, and I draw 3.
I'm going to cash these in for some more of these. So it looks like I'm losing. No, because I've got less tokens.
right.
Oh, I know I am.
I don't know. I have not been paying attention.
I guess I'll just play over here again, do this. So if I have any Kokopelli cards. Okay. Oh, wait. No, I want to do this. Play over here.
Yeah.
Take a point for that. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So, I don't have anything great, but I will play this card. I'll play this card because I do want to try and get some more points this way. And, oh, there's another one.
Oh, I missed it.
Ah, yeah. Wow.
Ta-da.
So we are 4, well, this could end very quickly, actually.
Right.
So that's the first card. I could play another one from this. And I will play this one here, I think. And then I will draw a card as my second action, I think. And hope for the best. All right.
Okay. I'm going to
Draw 2 cards.
draw 2 cards. I'm going to complete this ceremony
Nice.
instead.
So that gives you 4
Right.
points and no other benefits, I believe. The 4 points is pretty good, though. So.
Okay.
Well, I'll play this. And this and get a point. And then I'm out of cards, so I take another point.
Wow.
Draw 3. Okie dokie.
All right, so I think I'll play this one on here to complete this one. So that's one card action. So I get 4 points and another one for that ability right there. And then I can play another card as an action. So I'll play this one. This is kind of wild because I'm kind of closing my own ceremonies, which I don't want to do. But I will play that one, which has been very good to me. But yeah, I'm just going to end that one. And now technically this is a different ceremony or not? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is technically a different ceremony. So I'm going to close that off for 3 points. And another point because one of my own is completed. And that is my turn. And I'm out of cards, so I get 5.
Oh, because you got that going on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 points, yeah. There's a lot. That's a lot in one turn, I think. That was pretty good.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
I am, going to play this and then do that. So I draw 2, 1, 2.
Okay.
That's it.
I cash these in.
Well, I guess I'll play here. Gives me a point.
Yeah.
And then I will play here and finish that for a point.
Oh yeah, because you've got that. Each time, this is interesting, each time a Kokopelli is played on my ceremonies, I gain a point. Ooh. So that's finished.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
I played on yours.
And I gain a point.
And I also get a point for playing on your spot too as well.
I got a point because my ceremony's completed.
And I got a point for completing this ceremony, this one.
Okay.
Oh yes, okay. But I do get another point because of this one as well. So I got 3 points for just for Lincoln completing that. That's wild. I'm going to play this card over there, completing that one, and gaining these 3 points, which is a point for Lincoln. And do you get another point?
No.
No? And then I might play this one because it just gives me more options, I guess. I'll play that one there. That's the one where I can play any space.
Good?
Yeah. I'm good. I'm just exchanging my tokens. So
okay.
Let's put some more ones in the pot.
I'm going to play this one and this one, and I'm done.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, I'll play that, draw 3.
And gain a point.
Yeah.
It's quite a pile of tokens.
A lot of ones. And then...
1 point for playing.
And I will finish that for a point. Okay.
Okay. I will... I guess I will draw a card and then I will play this card over here. And that's my turn done.
Okay. I'm turning in some 1s for a 10, please.
Oh, well, yeah. I'll do that. There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, then we'd run out of the supply.
Okay. Get that out of there. I am going to play this one on here. So that's, and then
you get a point for that?
Yeah. And then I will play one on here for another point.
There we go.
Okay. Well, I can play that. I can play that. No points to me. And I get a point.
Oh, you do get a point there, yeah. For emptying your hand. How many cards you got left?
4.
4 left. Okay. All right, good to know. Good to know. I will play... I don't really want to help. I don't really want to help anyone else. This one is... I'll just put that there. I guess I'll draw a card and see what I get. Oh. I will just draw another card, I think. Yeah. Okay, done.
Okay. Drawing 2 cards. 1, 2. And let's get that out of there.
So you get 1 point for playing it.
Yeah.
And the
and 1
point for completing it because it's only worth that. But I get a point for completing it and for you completing it, and for this as well.
Well, I'll play this and this, and that is that.
I will play... I'll play these two over there. I'll play these two over there for that. What do you get for that one, by the way? Do you get any points for that?
I just get, I get 2 victory points total because it's completing my ceremony.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'll take that, and that means that there's only one more. If a red or a green one is completed, then that's the end of the game. So that's my whole turn. That's my whole turn.
I'm drawing 2. I'm going to add 1 to that. Done.
I will play that, and then I'm out of cards, so I'll take a point for that. I draw 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And that is, you played 1 card. So
you played 1 card, yeah. So you could...
Yep. Okay, I'll play that right there.
All right. I will play... I'll play... Oh, I can't play that because that's right there. Oh, I can play this one.
No, you can't. Oh, on me, yeah.
Yeah, I can play that one on there. Triggering that. It doesn't trigger the end of the game, but it does score you...
A point.
A point, as well as me. But there's no more 1 tokens in there. So how about... how are we going to resolve that? My brain stopped working. You get a point, and I'll figure out how to make another point. Maybe I'll turn a 3 into a 4.
I got a ton of 1s, so...
I'm going to turn a 3 into a 4 for now, just because that's my point. But then, yeah, maybe some 1s. Although we're just close to the end of the game, I feel. Let's play... I think I'll just play this one over here. I can't play that one. I'll play that one. I'll play that one.
Oh, heavens. Okay. You can draw 1 card.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like I hindered you.
Yeah. I will draw 1 card. Okay. And this is it. There you go.
All right.
You get a point for that.
1 point.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I'll play a card, since I can play it, and then I'll draw a card.
Ah, I do believe that now has triggered the end of the game.
Okay.
So at this point, we'll take any cards in our hand and we'll put them in our discard pile.
Okay.
Then we are going to work out our bonus points based on how many cards left in our draw pile. Now, I think I'm not winning that one. I think Lincoln will be winning that one.
I have 5.
I have 5 as well. So I guess I'm not winning that. So I think Lincoln gets the 5 points.
Okay.
There's a 4 for you there.
Yep.
And in a second place, we both get the 3 points because we tied.
Okay.
We both had 5. So we both get 3 points for that.
All right.
So let's deal those out. We also get points for every ceremony where we have opened, which is a point each. So I would gain 4 points. You would gain 3 points over there. And you would gain 4 points over there.
Right.
And then we will now count up all of our points and see who is the winner.
Okay.
Yeah, so now I don't look like I'm in contention because I did start exchanging.
You are. You're gonna win.
We don't know that. We don't know that. You had a good. I think you had a good sort of engine going there for a long amount of time. But yeah, it really does come down to.
Wow.
Okay. I'm gonna cash these in. Okie doke.
4? Can you just give me a 4?
Yes, I
just
can.
Easy that way. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, and another 4.
Yep. There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Totals.
45?
49.
63.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
What do you think, Nikki P?
Oh, I really like this game. a little bit to get your head around, especially with each card having its own rule and not being there.
And there's a lot more cards that aren't even played yet.
And not being there constantly. And that was a question I was going to have for you. This is 10 suits. Is it always 10 suits? Just whatever 10 you choose, no matter how many players you
in fact,
play?
I can show you that there are some extra cards, and I think you always play with 10. And the idea is in the base game, you will just shuffle the 16, and the 10 that are dealt are the ones that you play with. So you're not guaranteed to have this card, which seems like such a strong card. And then the other card
it's a curse too.
Yeah.
You know, like having it out is challenging because others finish it off for you and stuff like that.
But this card where I felt like that was very strong. Like that's
really strong.
Yeah, being able to play more cards is great. But if you look on this sheet here, there are some other cards, and I haven't actually played with any of these, so it's kind of cool.
Then plus there's an expansion too that adds even more. That's what's really interesting about this, like the level you can do. What are some of the ones that we didn't play?
So there's one here which says you can start a 5th ceremony. So you can add a 5th ceremony, and that would go, I think, underneath your
draw pile.
Yeah.
Okay.
You may open ceremonies in your neighbor's play area.
Oh,
so
no.
that one's interesting. Like now, I don't know where contextually you might want to do that unless you had like this card here, which let you benefit from it, because then hey, you can just play cards and just get points.
Sure.
Chain a load of those. Drawn cards may be immediately played to a ceremony. That seems like that would work really nicely with that one.
Right.
The Archer. We've got the play any number of cards to a ceremony as one action. So you can just finish up a ceremony if you
got like a fistful of cards.
Any player who plays to at least one of your ceremonies receives an extra action. That's kind of big. And when you play a card to another player's ceremony, draw a card. So yeah, those are just some of the extra ones.
Are there more on the backside?
Yeah.
No,
so
this is all the games, the ones that are included in the base
that we did
game.
do in the base. Okay.
Yeah.
And those are the 6 additional.
And so you can, and these might not all be in there. You might just get a couple of these in, and
they probably get a little intricate, and that's probably why they have you start with these. It's at least a little bit.
Yeah.
You can grok it a little bit easier with these. They're not too insane. It's definitely tough to keep track of what you actually have in your hand.
I do enjoy games too,
in your play area,
where you're interacting with the other player and what they're doing instead of just heads down in your own little world. I mean, it can be a little mean.
Yeah. I felt bad every time I was like denying either of you like an action or profiting from your situation.
And it was difficult because there were a couple times where I wanted to play a card on yours, and I was wishing you had the green out.
Yeah, you kind of want
so that I could complete it and
Absolutely.
take the 4 points, but it was never the right time, and it was like, so when I was adding to you and it was the third one, I felt like I was just helping you out, and it was driving me crazy.
Well, you don't want to play that, right? You want to hold on to it and hope that he plays something else, or you get this card out that lets you count as double when you play the Kokopellis, you know.
I think earlier on I had 2 of these cards in my hand, and you'd played that one out. And I was just like, as soon as Lincoln plays another one of those, I'm going to finish that ceremony and score those 4 points. But you never did. And then I think I had to play something with, to do something. So I got rid of a different card, and I think that was gone the next, I can't remember exactly. But I was like, I really want Lincoln to play that card.
What I did is I killed that one. I knew, because you were definitely lusting after that one. So I was like, well, I got to stop that because I can't let him score that.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you didn't end up scoring it elsewhere. I don't know. Especially when you get the 3 out. It's nice when you can actually get that out, exploit it a little bit, and not let other people can play that card and finish it off for you because they don't want you to do that, and then you do it again. You know what I mean, if you're fortunate.
That's kind of funny, because if people are using their cards to stop you from doing stuff, then it gives them less power to use it themselves, which I kind of like. I like that as a mechanism or mechanic. I like the game. I think the choice of combos, the way the combos work, and it feels like you always have a way to do something. I know that we experienced it a lot in this game where we felt like we were at a roadblock, but that's where I guess the exchange action comes in, because you can just go, none of these cards are working for me. Let's just get 5 or like a few new ones instead.
I got into a weird situation where I couldn't play stuff, and I had this going. So at least it let me draw a couple cards every time and hope that I could make something work, because part of the issue was I was blocked with things, and it's tough, right? The playing area is challenging. Like I really couldn't do too much. I had one card, and I ended up playing it over on your side. and then she came over here and played this, and then those were invaluable to me again as well. So it's tough. Like the play area is really challenging.
It's a lot to keep track of too. And
Right.
the whole player area space, like you were saying, is challenging because I had this stayed empty because some of it, cards I had were cards that Lincoln had in the area, so it was I couldn't play. It was illegal to play them.
That's the part. Well, you could play them to me.
So then I did play them to you, and it would end up finishing, and then I'd get the 4 and you'd get the 1, and
I know.
I really wanted to be going after you because I knew that you were doing well.
I also had issues just getting cards. Like a lot of my color specific cards were at the bottom of my deck. Like I never had an opportunity except to play that on you because when they finally showed up, you played it. We finished it off and it came back out again, which is challenging, right? You know, like you want to be able to get stuff out and play. You know, to potentially finish some of these things.
Yeah.
And I finally got something that would allow me to finish that at the end of the game, of course. But all my choices there for a little while were the kind of the weaker ones, right? As far as what you guys had options for me to play against. And it was kind of, you know, I really like that community aspect of it, how you're playing. I really wanted to get this, though. I wanted to be able to play on other spots, to be able to deal with some of these other areas because I really had a challenge with that. Did you get to your red cards ever?
I had them in my hand. I couldn't play it. Like, you wiped them out, and I'm like, woohoo! And then you put another one out or something.
Was this in another place previously? Was that one in another
No, I
place?
think the red cards are always there.
So it shouldn't have been an issue to you.
Yeah. I felt similar at the beginning of the game. I felt like I had all these cards that I really wanted to play, but I couldn't play them. So I was just drawing cards to try and do something with them, maybe finish off ceremonies.
Right.
Obviously, very situational. I think it's very important which ones you play out at the start because that kind of sets the tone for kind of your strategy. I think you had a lot of cards at the beginning that let you score points based on you playing cards and other people playing cards in your area. And I thought that was really good and I really wanted that, but I couldn't play them for ages.
Right.
But you were trying to do this, and then I think you played a 3 and I finished it off.
Yeah.
You know, which was a bummer for you, right? It took a while, and I think you got it back.
Yeah. I think that card for some reason I think people zero in on that card because it's like, hey, 3 points just for getting rid of cards, and the whole idea of playing cards. But
you got stuck not being able to play stuff specifically for a little while there, which was frustrating for you.
Yeah.
You know, I had one of these in hopes that I would eventually get that out to play it, which I never did. But maybe I had it early on. No, you played it. You played it right away and stuck it right there.
I think I got that earlier on,
and it's, you know, it's challenging. Like I like that. I do like that you're blocked. I feel that it means that you can't just focus on your little realm.
Yeah.
That if these cards are out, then you're going to have to focus on maybe trying to stop them or slow it down or whatever like that to make that, you know, it keeps you involved in the other players' decks. I really wanted to do this one. I was so desperate, but I didn't see a red card till near the end of the game.
Me neither. I think that the first time I got the card, I played it, and that was way over halfway in the game.
Yeah.
But
Did you not have it either till?
Not
you
till
couldn't
the,
have. Yeah.
Not till
we
the
all had
end
it
of the
badly
game.
shuffled.
And then it was the end of the game, and I'm like, the 4 is still there. If I could just play over there, or at least pass the card to Lincoln, and he could take the 4 points.
I actually really like this idea that you have a village, essentially what this is, but then that is also kind of part of your play area. I think that's kind of neat, and also that in the situation where I had this card, you had it, and I had it because I can still play it because my play area is this.
Right.
You can have it, and that means Lincoln couldn't play it, but I still could. Yeah. And I kind of like the way that, as you said earlier on, that you are interacting kind of directly with the other players. I think that's cool. The artwork and the coloring of the cards is really nice. I just wish it had more of a like a theme. That kind of
there is a theme. It's just not explicitly explained. So there's something on the back of the box, but I like it though. I mean, it's interesting to see. It's fun to me to see a designer come. You know, you see a lot of Board and Dice do a lot of Central American stuff. This was kind of cool because this is not Stefan Feld, right? He doesn't normally do this, but he was inspired traveling to the U.S. and then got to look around and got intrigued by this. Like you don't necessarily see. these international, you know, it's another country. I don't know how much. I know that it's out there, but like unless you're an archaeologist or something like that, or cultural anthropologist or something like that, that you would maybe see some of that stuff. But it's really, it's cool. This is really a neat mechanism here as well. Like you're really trying to get through those, but it's funny. Like these two didn't happen.
Yeah.
Once. Did Nikki get it, or did
I got it? I think over here. I'm sure I did because I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't. Those were other cards I didn't have till later. The purple, the blue, and the red were the two that I really didn't see.
I mean, I didn't even check my. I'm assuming. Oh, like
I added some on top of there, but.
Oh, did you? Oh, well, there we go. There are two that I had. I think I had one in my hand and this one at the end. Those were. Yeah, I guess that it just came out at the right time. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I like it. I would like to try it with some of the other cards.
Yeah,
sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's definitely it's deeper than you think. It's, you know.
Yeah.
Well, cool, Russ. Thanks for teaching us.
My pleasure.
And thanks to you for watching. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and consider subscribing to our channel. If you click on the bell, you get notified when we put new videos. See you next time.
Bye bye.